Hello people! You may wonder what this is. Well, you may notice it's a small container full of some sort of gooey substance. It's actually a form of clay. Oh shit, maybe I should not touch that while it's drying. It's a small container full of clay. It's currently settling. Right, I think it might... No, it's not layering. Good. The part components are compatible. Okay, wait a minute, I just saw something I did not like. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep going while I talk to you, while I'm doing this. So, what this is for is that this is a little bit of an experiment of mine. Shit. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, back to this. This is an experiment. In here I have mixed plaster, modeling plaster of some sort, beach clay. Well, not beach clay, it's really just riverside clay. Normally this stuff smells like ass, so I do not recommend using it. I happen to find a place where it does not smell at all. It's a freshwater spring, so it's a freshwater outlet. Is basically just a rainwater diversion system. So yeah, don't risk it though. Don't try and gather this stuff because it might actually be full of toxins and shit. But I happen to know that that place is just for rainwater. This stuff is already firming up quite solid, quite a lot. Touching is quite hard. It's just slightly sticky. This does solidifies quickly. Anyway, so it's about a 50-50 mix of plaster and clay. There's also some modeling clay in there just to give it a little bit of a stability. Now what this is this is supposed to be a polishing stone. One of those really, well, not really fine, but pretty fine stones. I used this clay mixture before. I used it on quite a few of my knives. This one is high polish, as you can see. It's not really high polish from my perspective, but from yours it looks very, very polished. Anyway, this knife has been polished time and time again with this stuff. It was at one point also polished with 1200 grit sandpaper, but silicate paper, but that didn't really do anything. It just maybe it made it shiny in certain spots, but not everywhere, not uniformly, not like this stuff. Anyway, so this is what I was mainly going to show you. That and the fact that the 3rd of March, as I told you, that my server was going to be launched on Rust. Yeah, as it turns out, I can't port forward in school. I can't port forward on the school's internet, so as of now, until I get myself a mobile network adapter or something with a mobile network rather than a freaking, yeah, you get it. Until then, I can't keep the server up every day. It'll be rare occasions, but I'll inform you one of those occasions is coming up. Server's gonna die before it even begun. That's pretty sad, actually. What the fuck? Yeah, well, the reason why I use this tiny container is because it's so perfectly shaped. Perfect little shape for a little polishing stone. Yeah, for a polishing lump, I guess. And because the reason I mixed plaster into this, normally I just take the clay and just mix it up and let it dry. But when you mix just that clay, it will dissolve quite simply, quite easily. Just a little bit too much water on it, and it's gone. It's literally gone. All that really does is, all that's really good for is you take one of those pieces of dried clay stone, and you put a few drops of water on it, and you rub it on a surface. Put a couple of drops of water on it, you rub it on a surface, it's going to give off a lot of particles, and then you take a cloth or something and rub with it, and rub with the cloth. You don't rub with that, you just apply a little bit of the goo, and then you rub with a cloth, or your finger or something, and then you get a very high shine, actually, incredibly high shine. Now I was thinking I was going to make, now the plaster is water resistant, and if you mix in other substances, it will keep them together. In about a 50-50 blend, it will keep just about anything together. In this case, the plaster is, there's basically more plaster than anything in here. I used way more plaster than I used clay here. I think there's about a 70-30 rate here. 70-30 ratio, 70% plaster, 30% clay. But it's enough to dull the color of the plaster. Since the plaster is so fine, you can't even see the plaster. It's gonna turn into a perfectly smooth stone. That's amazing. This is gonna be rock solid. The funny thing is, all the water seems to be draining away from the center of it and be moving towards the corners. That's quite odd. Or at least the edges. That's odd. Or maybe the plaster's swelling. I know that plaster swells somewhat when you mix it with water after a few minutes after mixing it with water, but this is stupid. I mixed this not 5 minutes ago. What the fuck? Plaster's supposed to take at least 15 minutes to solidify to this state. I mixed this like 5 minutes ago. Oh, wait, no I didn't. I must have mixed it like... usually when mixing is from a liquid, which I did, well, thick sauce, a little thicker sauce, like a dressing. Dressing consistency, it usually takes about 15 minutes to dry to the point, or to solidify to the point where it's where it can be molded. But this can take up to 30 minutes. I guess the other clay is accelerating the process, as I have two types of clay in here. One is a quick dry clay, the other one is just natural clay. Natural rough clay. I ground all. I have a stock of this. You may wonder why I have this clay. Here's a pre-made mixture. This is polishing compound. My own little blend. Here's the raw materials. I won't open this, it's very dusty. Here's the raw materials. It's a little can. It's a little jar, same as this thing. It's a Tupperware jar. I lost the lid for it at some point. I don't know how. But anyway, I lost the lid, and I'm now using this plastic bag just to protect it, or just to keep it from dusting up everything and to keep it from getting wet. Let's put that back there. Don't want to lose that. And here I have charcoal. Charcoal and saltpeter. Yes, in the same jar. Two different bags now. The charcoal is laying in the jar itself, and the saltpeter. Wait. Okay, this one's very, very, very difficult to get open. Let me just... The fuck? Excuse me, I'm gonna put you down for a while. Oh, god damn. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. Saltpeter are in those nice little convenient bags. Here's the charcoal on ground. So even if I were to pour all this saltpeter in here, it wouldn't actually do anything. But I fucked up when I bought this. This ain't potassium nitrate. No, wait, it is potassium nitrate. E251. Oh well, it's called that anyway. I know that this is the wrong type of saltpeter. You don't use this in gunpowder. Plus, I think I'm missing the salt. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can make sort of smokeless black powder without any phosphor in there. But because you need the oxidizer and the fuel. This is the fuel. The phosphor is really just an accelerant, but it's not really needed when you put it in a closed compartment. It's only really needed in open air. Anyway. So the saltpeter is the oxidizer. I have this actually works as an oxidizer, but it requires much higher temperatures than the saltpeter used. Oh god damn it! Than the potassium nitrate used. It requires a lot higher temperatures. I think this requires about 300 degrees Celsius, whilst normal potassium only requires like 100, maybe 200 degrees Celsius. To actually start releasing the oxygen. To actually start releasing the oxygen in there. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah, I also think I might have done something wrong there. Anyway, okay, so that's about it. I'm gonna try to make some small batch of this one day, or someday here, with a different method, and grind it finer. So, see ya.